Fresh Kid Z, Fresh Kid C, yes, Fresh Kid P, Fresh Kid.
Hey, this is Naeem, and today we're right in front of an amazing little company called Zspace. We're going to be going inside and checking out the company, seeing how it works and how communication affects their jobs. We're going to go inside and check it out.
Hey yo, I once was a kid, all I had was a dream. More money, more problems. When I get it, I'ma pound it up. Now I'm dope on the bread, we can talk, this life is a party.
Jean Denoy is the creative director and owner of Zspace, one of Australia's leading creative studios which specialises in animation and advertising. Now, the company uses animation, visual effects and a range of post-production options to communicate to their audience. In today's interview, the first question I asked Jean was, how has technological advancements affected your role as a creative director in the past 2 decades?
When I started at SBS, it used to be one computer to do all the graphics, and it used to cost $500,000. Now you can do the same thing on a $2,000 kind of computer, and it's far more powerful. And I think since the Macintosh came into the business, it has basically the entire communication in design has just bloomed. Internet as well, and has made a really big impact as far as getting knowledge about what other people are doing overseas. It's just such a huge community now, where it used to be 20 years ago, where you can only see what people are doing overseas by looking at books, and that took probably 2 or 3 years to get there. So now it's instant. You know what's going on. In New York, in LA, in Brazil, in Paris, and those other things. The big problem with that is actually so much of it. But there's always the top companies around the world who do good stuff.
Right. We noticed that the majority of your employees are under the age of 30. Now, was that a strategic move to give you a competitive advantage in the visual communication industry?
Yes, it does. I mean, having younger people, they bring a different way of seeing the world, and that's all good. And that's where a team worked really well, where I've got the knowledge of the experience to work out what works or doesn't work, but the younger people brings in and say, oh, we can do that in Twitter, and we can do this on the iPhone, we can do this on there, sort of things. So we combine the 2 experiences together, and that kind of makes a strong team.
As a creative director, what do you think about 3D communication?
The 3D aspect, first, it is fantastic. We just did the Channel 9 ident in 3D, and that's the best thing I've seen as far as seeing the amount of details that suddenly you can see in 3D. Like the perspective is just beautiful. You see reflection at the back that you never see it in a normal. We did exactly the same ident in 2D and 3D, and in 3D you goes, wow, like this, because it works.
We've seen the technology around for years to communicate via 3D. Why the sudden push in the industry for it now? In such things as movies and sports.
It's so that they can charge you more. All right, it's another product that maybe the net won't be able to do straight away. Okay, so it's trying to get a strategy advantage on other competition, because now in about a couple of years' time, when the internet's going to come, the broadband internet's going to come. The
optical,
the fiber.
The fiber optic, yeah.
Yeah, the television station is going to be scary. It's going to be scary for everyone, and they're trying to set themselves to to a stage where they're going to have something that the other people don't. When you're going to see 3D in the movie, you have to pay $20 instead of paying $13, but you're seeing the same thing.
Clearly, 3D movies are more engaging than 2D. Why hasn't this translated over to advertising on television?
The problem with 3D advertising is actually the advertising world is always so slow to take up those things. They're always so resisting. I mean, only on the last couple of years that you have a 16:9 or HD advertising. It's a couple of years ago, this free advertising was still around, and the advertising is still in that kind of mode. But now they have evolved kind of things, so the 3D will be another step for them.
Do you take the same approaches to, say, advertising on television compared to the internet?
The way that people consume the internet is slightly different from the television. On television, you've got a block of commercial, where you've got 30 seconds, 30 seconds, and 30 seconds. On the net, you don't have that. So the way you're communicating with people is slightly different. It could be just a verbal, it could be a visual, it could be all that sort of things. It could be someone you're clicking, a little bit click will take you somewhere or whatever. So it all have different, they all have, you know, slightly different medium. So you have to apply yourself towards medium.
Fresh Kid Z, Fresh Kid C, yes, sir. Fresh Kid P, Fresh Kid T. Oh yeah, we back. Owens Afro.